in one conversation, in one sentence, basically, my friend instantly helped me heal from all the damage that the narcissist caused to me. And he simply just gave me permission. And that sounds weird and silly almost, but what do I mean by that? A lot of times we hold on to beliefs that hurt us, that don't serve us anymore. We're stuck in the past because our perspective on life makes us believe that we have to be this person, that we have to believe this thing, that we have to stay with this person, that we aren't this or that. But sometimes a fresh set of eyes, a fresh perspective can completely snap us out of the delusions we've gotten ourselves in, especially with narcissists. Their whole state of being is a big delusion, and we get caught up in their web of lies, and we don't know what to think. It's hard to make decisions. It's hard to do anything because the narcissist has polluted us with their disordered way of thinking. My friend gave me permission. He simply said, you don't owe anything to this person. You don't have to try to love them. It's not your duty to try to love them. It's not your fault that they did this to you. He simply just gave me permission to let it go. And it kind of it lit a light bulb in my head, and it started turning the gears of becoming a healthy, stable person again. A lot of people who deal with narcissists, if they weren't like this in the beginning, towards the end of the relationship, they have a lot of self-doubt, a lot of pity, and this is a good thing. Why do you think your mind is torturing you about this? It's a serious problem. It's just like I've said it before. If you were to fall into a huge pit and break your leg, you would remember that, right? We remember things that are very dangerous and life-threatening because that's what the narcissist is and was. They could have ended it all for you, and your mind is just trying to make sure you understand that. But with many traumatic experiences in our life, we end up believing that we have to keep thinking of this, but that's stressful. It's causing undue stress on your mind and body, and you've already been through enough with dealing with the narcissist, the time you wasted, the resources, everything. They ripped your soul out of your body, and you need to reclaim your entire life, honestly. And you have to give yourself permission. You have to forgive yourself. Even smart, whatever kind of great person, whatever person with great qualities you want to think of, they've dealt with narcissists, or even at the very least, they've been lied to. Everyone's been duped in some way. We tend to feel this like huge sense of guilt, of a shame, that how could I be so dumb to you know do this, like for someone to how can I be so dumb to let someone do this to me? But it's not a matter of ignorance. It's a matter of you being a good person that fell in love with the narcissist, and because you are a genuine person, the narcissist preyed on what they see as a vulnerability, but it's just really, you're just a human being who was looking for something in someone who not only cannot give it to you, but uses it to their advantage. They're a cheap, greasy used car salesman, and if you go in there not knowing much about prices and the reality of how the world works in a sense, that salesman is gonna shove a crappy old car right up your what and screw you over. And that's essentially what the narcissist did. You were a bit of a hopeless romantic. You trusted someone too much that didn't deserve this much trust. And that's what it is. You showed up at the used car lot not knowing enough about cars, etc., and the the bad car salesman took advantage of you. Just like the car salesman is immoral and a bad person for taking advantage of others, the narcissist is as well. They are a greasy salesman that is just look we're another business transaction to the narcissist. So give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to see it as a life lesson instead of a life trauma. See it as, I screwed up, but at least I got out of it alive, and I'm now going to learn from this and become a better person. That's how you really get over a lot of what happens between you and the narcissist. You have to transmute that negative experience into a positive experience. But the moment you give yourself permission to even begin the process, that's when you're going to see a lot of progress happen very quickly. And that is just the first step. Just forgive yourself, give yourself permission to move on from this awful experience.